vlog time again, and yeah, lots been going on. I went to Burning Seed with the Hattree, and that went really well. You would have seen the video I put up of the installation. There were only a couple of breakages. The shotgun, the barrel snapped here, and I came out and I found it just lying there with the barrel next to it, and so I've put a rod right the way down, all the way through there, so this is solid again. It's kind of ironic that it broke there, because these points, as you remember, was when I'd already put rods through there, and it was snapped in these 2 points, so it's super tough now. I lost the little fake golf ball that was on the nose of the bear here, and I had a ping pong ball, and I came out and I went and got my kit and some spray, and I went to repair it, and there was a very nice lady and her child playing with the Hattree, and I was chatting with her and I said, oh, I lost this little fake plastic golf ball, and she said, do you want a real one? And so 10 minutes later her little kid came running up with a real one, and as you can see, you put the pot rivets into it and it binds into the elastic, because these things are solid with elastic, so that, and it hangs really nicely now. I love this one. This is so much fun. Very comfortable to wear as well. EVA fish survived completely. Very tough stuff. I've added to Marvin the Martian. I wanted to do the full helmet all the way around the back. So now I've got that. Very nice bit of aluminium work on that one. Everything else survived pretty well, but I am going to also change the musketeer hat. I'm not super happy with that one. Funnily enough, everyone thought it was a little old lady, which is alright, but I'd prefer a little kind of Tweety bird granny wig for a little old lady, rather than people mistaking the musketeer's hat. So I'm going to change that at some point. Might even make a granny wig, you never know. That could happen. Cloud Boy is excellent. He's over in that corner at the moment. He had a very good time at Burning Seed. I brought him out one night, got to play with him a lot, and also got paid to be at Chihuahua Town, which is a little boutique festival. I was up there last weekend, and they paid me to be there and do a performance. It was kind of the opening night MC. Think the MC from Mad Max Thunderdome, standing out the front, saying all this aspirational stuff about welcome and all this. This is really cool. And then I got to do some wandering stuff as well. Survived beautifully, and kind of ended up, because everyone wants to play with all the bits and pieces on him, I ended up doing this kind of thing, which is a little bit like, it's a cross between a showroom demo and like a Chippendale strip, because there's so many bits and pieces, and then you end up like twirling the little handles for the helmet and the radar, and they're kind of like little nipples, you know, and you're playing with this thing. And then there's of course the groin unit, which has got the very suggestive power cord telephone cable. Had huge amounts of fun with that, plugging it into it's the plunger and going, yeah, no, this is what it's for. And then of course having awful time trying to actually get it back into the groin unit, because I can't really see what's going on down there, so it's all feel. And of course I've put a double catch on it, haven't I, which you have to line everything out correctly to get this bloody thing closed, and it's really funny. So it's essentially like a guy trying not to catch his manhood in the fly of his pants. So it utterly unmans this masculine, heroic nature of Cloud Boy, which is you know, he's like Buzz Lightyear. He's like all man, all hero, and then he just completely is floored by basically not, you know, he can't get his tackle away. Everyone really gets the joke and really enjoys it. So that was a huge amount of fun. And then there's this over here. So I've been working on a piece that I started last year, and it's pretty much been on the shelf for almost a year. This is the first piece for the second version of the Bleak show, and it's the death figure. So it's going to be this blue, washed out blue and white, and it's going to start the show. And the original figure, which is actually that one there, you can see has this, the weight kind of pushes back, but then there's this wind blowing from behind pushing forward, and the lance accentuates this feeling by going horizontally. So everything in this one was it's very left right, and the lance was representative of life and death, and this figure again has got the lance. You can see the lance right up here. It's razor sharp at the end. There's actually a sharpened nail in the end, and it goes all the way down horizontally straight into the base. And it gets tucked up under his arm right there. And I've really gone to town on this one. I've just been drilling and dremeling out the original Barbie horse. The next section here is part of a dinosaur model. The rest of the dinosaur got used in a dinosaur in a fire truck sculpture I did. You can see the hair is done with lots of wire and polymer clay and I think it's milliput pushed into it. But the weight on this one goes down. It's vertical, and it's also enhanced by the parabolas of these chains coming down, and all the chains have got little charms hanging on them which have certain significance. There's a M16 gun, there's a little Christ, there's the little Cupid doll, there's a duck I made, little block of gold, and there's a little tank from a little model. It's actually from an epaulette, from a military epaulette there. Car, this little Minnie Mouse, little Cupid. So you can see there's a little bit of there's some imagery going on in there. I made this beautiful blunderbuss. It's a cavalry gun, very short snub-nosed barrel. That was the oven going. We've got something in the oven. Fresh out of the oven. We lift up that. A little gruesome, I know, but you know, death should not be taken lightly. It's a speared white fluffy dog, probably one of those terrible little, I think they're called bitchin frise. It's from the word bitch apparently, so bitchin frise means curly, so it's a curly bitch, which seems rather appropriate. It's a little French dog that seems very popular at the moment. They're the ones which just have kind of like a fur like a fuzzball, and they've got little black currant eyes, and everyone loves them, and they never train them, and the poor bloody things are destined to be hated because they're so insecure and lap dogs and they never touch the ground. Anyway, so the reason why there is a little fluffy dog speared underneath Death's lance, and Death, by the way, is going to be thoroughly distracted by his iPhone. He's going to be sitting there going, like, he's just sitting there going, swipe, swipe. That's why he's all hunched over. He's got an iPhone in his hand. Don't tell anybody this. It's the kicker. And he's in his bony digit. He's going to be swiping away on this thing. You know, he's just waiting for the apocalypse to come. Anyway, the significance of the dog is that I have a pet theory that, you know, when civilizations fall and things like, you know, the Roman Empire, they've got to that stage where they have so little regard for the environment and nature and their abuses of it, which we are definitely guilty of. The dog, this fluffy little dog that is bred purely for the aesthetic and for no other reason, and it literally can't walk on the ground because, you know, it's too dainty and spoiled, and it gets, you know, fed fucking chopped liver and celery leaves. That all the senators, when they announced the fall of Rome, just before the Visigoths came in and sacked Rome, the senators would have been walking around with like these little dogs inside their togas, you know, and then, you know, nature, the universe went, enough, you're going down, you know, that's too much of an abomination, and so hence why there is a little dog being speared by death. There might be a few other dogs in the show as well. Anyway, it's my metaphor and I'm sticking to it. All right. There's also other imagery. Is Captain America's shield. The whole figure was actually a Captain America figure, apart from the leg sections and the arm sections, but the whole torso. You can see the packs and things like that on there, and if I remove that, you can actually see a little bit. There's a bit of imagery on the back still, just in around here. There's a star you might be able to see just about. Anyway, Captain America's shield made of a piece of aluminium. Notice though how the bullet holes come from this side. Basically me saying, you know, that it's actually it's kind of to do with the fact that America is just tearing itself apart at the moment, and I don't know where they're going, but they could end up with civil war, something pretty nasty, I'm sure, and it's just they're tearing each other apart, and it's just like Captain America being shot by himself or through himself by someone he might think of as an ally. That's why the bullet holes come from the inside, not the outside. There's no mistake there. I made this rather nice water bottle. No symbology, just decoration. And then there's this nice big fat bomb tied up inside the bedroll. That's there for a reason. There's nice imagery there. You know, it's just kind of waiting on that one. That's is that going to be used? Is it not going to be used? The little wings that I carved out from some bits and pieces of some old decorative wood from somewhere. Don't know where that was from. Yeah. So I think that's about it for the moment. It's been a super busy year. Some really cool stuff going on. I'm very proud of the Hattree, and I'm really happy where Cloudboy's going. I think we're heading for the 5th rebuild on Cloudboy as well, because Uwe wants to do the lighting, and that pretty much means I'm going to rip the whole thing to pieces again. And if I don't do that, then I might build a whole new carapace, the upper section, to accommodate all of the stuff he wants to do. Yeah, the Hattree's going to go to a little the decompression party, a kind of like after party for the Burning Seed Festival, where I presented it. Just got to do a couple of additions and tweaks and bits on it, just so that it's super easy to put together. And then over summer I'm going to start really playing with it. I've got to add 4 little tabletop scenes that'll sit over each of the wheels. Really gonna kind of make it a very participatory sculpture, because they'll give people intent. They have the hat, which is the character, and they have the prop, which is kind of, what they can, gives them a direction. But then there's going to be these little tabletop scenes which will be, will draw them in and give them something to do. Think that old game, that old surgery game from the 1970s, whenever it was, when the little electric field and you had to take out the props and stuff from the little shapes and not hit the buzzer. Something like that, but without the electrics, because I'm shit at that. Yeah. Alright. Till next time. Thank you.